Hey guys, I'm making a semi-update video just to talk about some things, mostly that you guys have given me overwhelming feedback, and I've heard it, and I wanted to just make sure that you guys know that I'm listening to you. I am trying to make this channel into a community-based thing where everyone has like a little bit of ownership over these videos, that they all made it possible, and that we together as a community do care about Magic the Gathering story and lore. So as such, I just want to make a quick video just saying, guys, I've heard you. Um, the first thing that I want to bring up is pacing. So I understand that the pacing of the last video wasn't like super great. It's pretty good. The editing pacing was actually very, very good, but the speaking pacing was not. It was under kind of a limited time frame because I do work a 70-hour work week aside from making videos. So I had to get this done pretty quickly. But it was mostly, honestly, just lack of experience, just rusty public speaking voice, but that'll go away over time as I talk more and do these videos more. The next go around, I'll be having a lot more time for recording, so that's not going to be a problem. The pronunciations, though, were a problem, and actually highlights one of the reasons why I think the Magic the Gathering community really needs and deserves a a lore media outlet. And that's because it's hard as hell to get a hold of these pronunciations. I mean, people were arguing about Garrick's pronunciations for years, like years since Lorwyn. So it's a problem, and it's something that I've come up with kind of a weird solution to. My solution is I'm putting up like maybe polls depending on it about how people pronounce it, as well as, weirdly enough, calling the countries of the origin of these worlds and asking them, just random people, how would you pronounce this word? And seeing what they say. So I've already done that, and I've got my pronunciations down for the next go around. Actually, in my script, I've just been inserting the pronunciations sometimes, just to make sure that I've got it 100%. And so that way, if in fact this channel does become sort of the go-to Magic Story lore channel, then we'll be able to not have people misquote me and saying things wrong because I said something wrong. I gotta take responsibility for that. So the next thing is the jokes. I understand some people, the jokes irritated them. I know some people actually liked the jokes. The truth is, though, I think the main reason why the jokes sometimes didn't work was because it wrecked with the pacing of the actual editing. I'm aware that most people listen to these things offhandedly. They put it on their second monitor, or they listen to it in the car or something. So the more and more I can make it digestible, the better it is. My dog's just hanging out back there. I think that what I'm going to do from here on is visual gags, so that the jokes are kind of optional. That is like when I did the Soren gag, and I said, "Oh, Soren, there's only one vampire who isn't just red and black," and Soren popped up. Instead, he'll just pop up with like a word bubble that says like, I'm white and black." So it won't throw off the pacing of the stories. It'll instead just add to it, but be optional. The next thing is I've got Twitter now. MTG. LanternMTG is my Twitter handle. So if you guys want updates on how I feel about various cards that are getting spoiled, where I think they fit into the grand scheme of things, my life in general, as well as my schedule that I'm working with, so that you guys can chime in or whatever, you can. So that's there if you guys want it. On the links above my channel that you'll see, I actually have a bunch of links now, including things like Wizards of the Coast, so in case you want to go actually to the website of where Magic lore is. There's going to be a new video every Thursday for the next coming videos, so the next 3 that are coming out after this one. And those ones are going to be very radio show-like, so that's why I actually wanted to make jokes during this one, because I'm not making like any jokes during the other one. It's not like cutaways at all. It's going to be, unless the characters are comical, there's going to be no jokes in it. So that being said, it's going to be like a radio show, where it's going to have voice actors come in, do their lines sort of thing, with narration over top. Maybe like Little Orphan Annie back in the day. But I think that's actually a good way to feed into that digestibleness that people were talking about, for like people listening into their car. They can just kind of listen to it like an Audible book or something. As far as future plans go, I actually do have some cool things that I wanted to do. Maybe a podcast on top of all this is number one, just because it's a little bit easier than not. And I get to talk with lore with some other people who might be very, very good at lore. And I've got some ideas of who could be co-hosting. But nothing set in stone. And I would love to do other videos like Walker bios and the one-shot stories that come out and redux of like old stories like the Brothers War, comparing old lore to new lore. I would love to do more like that. One of my biggest things is if I go traveling, I'd love to compare various places that I go to with the real world with the magic world and how those things two compare with each other. So I have a lot of plans, but the problem with it is it really depends on how well this channel goes. If again, I work a 70-hour work week. If I could manage to cut those hours down and not, you know, be in a terrible situation, then absolutely, I'd give as much effort as I possibly can for this. So if you guys like these videos, subscribe if you want to see updates. Go ahead and comment, give me, just chime in about anything really, other than just advice. You can chime in about anything. And let me know, guys. I love hearing back from you guys. So I'm really hopeful for the future.